Hello guys, how's it going? All right, so welcome back to another Stash Builder collaboration. This collab is hosted by Misti Delaney, and I checked the comments, not comments, but the description box below to see who else is in this collaboration, because right now there is Misti, myself, and I'm so excited that Deborah Richardson is now playing along. She's been playing along all this time, but Misti's been showing her her cards, and so now she has her own channel. How exciting! I was shocked the other day. I got some little message from YouTube that said I had been on YouTube now for 14 years. Could that possibly even be? I don't even know if that's even right, because I do not think I have been blabbering on now for 14 years, but maybe I have. Not sure. But I want to go back and kind of see about that. But maybe that's just when I created my account. I don't know. But I thought it meant my channel, so who knows? But anyway, so y'all make sure to go over and subscribe to Deb as well. And I've always enjoyed her cards, so I'm super glad she's going to be doing them on her channel now. All right, so I'm just using, I wanted to use a little bit darker cardstock, but I didn't, so I decided to just spray this, my favorite actually, antique linen spray, and kind of give it a darker look. So I have the mica stain and the antique linen spritz. I got this in my last Simon order. This is the first time I've ever used it. So let's see what it does. To be honest, I'm not real sure what the difference is in the mica stain and the spritz. I know Tim Holtz did like an entire video on it. I don't really remember what he said, so I guess I could go back and watch that. Is it giving me? It's giving me some shimmer, so I think it's good. So we're just going to do all those up and let them kind of dry. Oops, I wrinkle it too bad. Let them dry, I guess, over here to the side. Well, you know what? I need to splatter them first. Okay. So let's just put them all in here. You know what, though? I think I'm going to splatter them after. Let's splatter later. I had to get out, I hate to mess it up, my pretty little new, whatever this is, mat thing, mixed media mat, because I can't find mine. I cleaned up my room, right? I remember the room tour or whatever. Yeah, I can't find it now. So sometimes there's a downside to cleaning up. Okay. So next, I guess we'll do, I'm using this today. This is the Dainty Floral Vine, and this comes in 2 pieces. So you got your little flowers and then the vine part. I'm a sucker for vines or ferns or leaves or just things like that. So what we're doing, so I cut one, I think I've still got one over there. Well, I only made 4 cards, so oh well, that'll give me room in case I mess up. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, you know what? I need multiple. I don't know what I'm thinking. Jeez. Here's the one I practiced on because I messed up on it and it won't like cut out straight right here. But what I might do is just, because I apparently am going to need this now, I'm going to tear it a little bit. Do some dye surgery. Uh-oh. Well, we might glue that on. We'll see about it. Now this one cut out really bad. This is the last one, but it kind of came apart there. So if I have to, I'll glue that too. But we might actually need those. I might not have enough for 4 cards. Well, whatever. We'll do as many as I can. I sort of pre-planned it, but sort of not. In my craft room tour, I was showing this little pouch, and I watched it back, and I said that it had my stash builder stuff in it. That is not true. Yeah, I meant my collab with Brandy, where we buy, you know, like I buy 6 and she buys 6, and then we buy like doubles of each, and then we give each other one. So for the 14th, and God, why'd she buy that? Or 15th, sorry, 15th. And so I already know, you know, what they're going to be for the year, so that's cool. And I keep them in that little pouch. But I said stash builder, which I should probably do that with some stash builder stuff of things I know I'm just going to need, and just go ahead and put them in a container. The only one I think I've got in a little separate whatever is the holiday stuff, and I sort of dread Christmas cards and things, but I mean, I know I need to send them. I want to send them, I just don't really like making them much anymore. But so I should probably do that for a stash builder, and I planned on it, but then something came up last time I didn't. Maybe it was some kind of card I needed. Yeah, I think it was my aunt's card for her birthday. But I don't know. Nothing really goes as planned in my life anymore. I just say, it's like the P word. Don't say the P word, because as soon as I say plan, it goes crazy. So I'm using a Wilted Violet, by the way. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But this weekend, to be honest, didn't go as planned either. I plan to clean out the back bedroom, and it's sort of been my just storage area since COVID, and you know, my stockpile, whatever, and so it hasn't really had a deep clean since 2020, and I don't know. And we used to have a lot of company, so it's a fairly decent sized bedroom, but we have 2 beds in there, like a full-size bed and then a twin bed, because my aunt used to bring her her granddaughter a lot, so we wanted to put her in there with them, because she was, you know, little and afraid and things. And but now, gosh, now she's all grown up too. It's wild. Time flies, whether you're having fun or not. But anyway, so I wanted to move the bed out. We're getting rid of the twin bed, just keeping the full, which makes way more sense. But and I want to move the whole room around and just organize the stuff and kind of put it in a less noticeable way. I'm just going to put it in some totes or something. I don't know yet. Haven't thought that far in advance, really, but I just want to get it cleaned out first. But so yeah, so I told my father, he has some mobility issues, but he's strong as an ox, so he can still move stuff and things if I guide it and do and different things. But so I told him, do not, he was going to help my aunt on building her 2 rooms and all that, which he and my aunt Brenda basically do, and it's supposed to, anyway, it's a long story. Cousin has been quite lazy on that. It's supposed to be his project, but yeah, you know how that goes. So, you know, you've got 2 older folks that are working on it, and yeah, it's just whatever. But I told him, don't stay long, because I want you, that was on Friday, I want you to rest up and be okay for Saturday, because my boyfriend is only gone this weekend and next weekend. He's going to some ball games, so I was excited that he would be tied up and I could get some things done that I needed to get done and whatever, and wouldn't have to worry about going out or doing whatever. And so that didn't happen. He stayed way, way, way too long up there. Oh gosh, there's another one. I missed it. One more. But So he was all hurt up. So was my aunt. Like, she ended up being up all night with cramps in her legs, and just ridiculous for them both. And and he would have pushed himself, and which honestly he couldn't have this time. But in general, he'll push himself to do whatever, but I won't let him do that, right? Like, I want him to be completely rested, completely, like, basically in the bed the day before, all day before we do attempt anything, because I don't want it to be too hard on him, you know. And he doesn't do the majority of it, but there's, like I said, those couple big pieces that, you know, have to get outside. So I need him to help me guide it out the door and different things, and just, yeah. But I can do all the other stuff myself, but I need that out first. So I thought 2 weekends to work on it would be fabulous. And but anyway, so I can't let him do it then, which puts me behind, which, you know, on and on and on. And y'all know in the fall, I end up getting sick a lot because of school and the kids or whatever. So I wanted to do it also while I was well. And so anyway, he sort of ruined that one. But that's okay, because now we get to stamp some. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and pull that one up and just color underneath it a little bit, and then we'll glue it back down, and maybe it won't be so noticeable, and we don't have to trash that one. Yay. I hope. Okay. But anyway, I hate to get this thing dirty, is what I was saying before, that because my old one is like so like stained and gunked up, and it'll just probably never come clean. But this was like so pretty and shiny as I took it out. But oh well. I was gonna wet these up, but to be honest, I don't think it's gonna give us very much texture that you can see, because the leaf is like the largest part of it, so we're just not gonna fool with that. So we got some of these flowers. I guess we'll need them all. I don't really know. I guess while we've got them, we'll just color them though. So I do have to, my friend says I start stories and then I never finish them on here, which is very true. So I'm going to try to do better on that. She's like, you never did tell us anything about, because remember, I was so mad, if y'all are regulars on my channel, when he had like a surprise for me right before I went back to school. It was like my last weekend off or whatever, and I just didn't want to go really. And you know, it's like, I just like that to be my time, I guess, right before I go back. And so I assumed it was like some sort of music festival, whatever. I was like, look, I don't want to be outside. I've been outside all summer and it's hot, and it's been like super, super humid this year, and it's kind of been miserable outside. And but you know, the yard work and the dog stuff and all that, it still has to happen. So so I was pretty bitchy, to be honest, pretty whiny, pretty whatever. I went, but you know, and he was like, no, it's not, no, it's not, you know. I'm like, yes, it is. I just know it's for you, blah, blah, blah. Because he had this surprise, and he said it was for me, right, that I would like it and whatever. And I don't care on a normal time, but don't tell me something's for me just to get me to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's basically not. A lot of times he will say that when he thinks I won't go somewhere or whatever, and he really wants to go, he'll try to pass it off as something for me. And you know, so not falling for that. But anyway, so the whole way there, he was like, you'll see, you'll see. And I'm like, I mean, I was just talking junk. I don't know why I was so just mean about everything, but not typically like that. But yeah, I was in a mood, let's tell you. And it was just, yeah, not good. But anyway, so he's like, well, you'll have to eat your words. You'll have to, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, right. We'll see, blah, blah, blah. And so the rest of the story is, I did have to eat my words, basically. So we pulled into the town, and it was, first of all, there was this really bad mountain that we have to cross. And I mean, it is like, okay, so I get car sick. Well, not really. I don't actually like throw up or anything, but it makes me feel like blah, around so many curves and things. And we live in a curvy place, but this particular mountain is like, oh my gosh, horrible. And so I go like every few years because there's this craft festival that I like to go to. But I just sometimes just skip it just because of there's a horrible way to get there. And then if you go the other way, you have to drive like kind of like 2 hours out of your way to be on decent road to come back. It's just a mess. So sometimes I can fight it and sometimes I won't. But that was, I feel like that's part of why he didn't tell me. It's because it was that mountain. And he's probably right, I guess. I mean, he didn't say that's why, but I probably would not have gone on the mountain if he would have told me at that point. Now, earlier in the summer, if you told me this in June, I'd been like, yeah, let's go, road trip, whatever. But, a couple of days before I go back to work, no. So, but anyway, but we went. So that part, it wasn't as horrible as it sometimes is, but it still was not pleasant. So, but that was the only bad part about the trip, I guess. And so I was still sure, because there's only like 2 places over there, right? And there's where they have the craft festival, and then a town beyond that. And because the mountain is so like remote, and so the elevation is so crazy. It's just insane. But anyway, you don't have signal or anything like that, cell signal. And, all right, so let's see here. I need one there. Maybe we could cut some and we won't have to use so many. I think we're going to have to do that. Otherwise, I'm not going to have very many to work with. Or maybe. Nah. Well. What if I did that and that? Okay, let me get the little things out that I'm going to use. So I was using vellum, except I didn't realize that it was like shiny vellum on the other side. So that's annoying because I don't want that, and it doesn't match my purple. But I had just cut a piece, and I was going to just put hello. First I was going to do thank you, but I can't find a very small thank you. So I don't really hate that though. I don't know. But I know I pretty much need all of that one. This one is the problem. So let's just give it a snip somewhere. If we have to, we can cut out more. We'll do one there. Oh, I didn't cut it off very well. But anyway, so once we got to that town, there was no festival going on, so I was already kind of relieved. And because he did tell me, it was going to be sort of outdoors, and I don't know, I was just like I'm usually more of a go with the flow kind of person, but I don't know what came over me. But anyway, so I don't want that to overlap on the top. Now let's try this one that's already half messed up. I hope this will, I don't know. I hope this will look all right in the end. Sorry, I can't talk and do that. Okay, in theory, that will be covered behind it, right? I feel like this is overlapping too much. So I'm going to take a little bit of that off. Goodness, this is not exactly what I planned. Okay, but I'm going to commit to this. Then we'll add our yellow flowers, and then I think we'll make it okay. We'll make it okay. So anyway, so we got to the first town. There was no festival, so I felt better about that because for some reason I just did not want to go to a music festival. And but he took me to a nice Japanese restaurant, and so he knows I love Chinese and Japanese and all that, so that was nice. And he's like, well, see, step one, is it so horrible? You know, I'm like, no. But anyway, so dinner was nice and everything, and then the next place he took me was to this, well, actually the next place we had to make a detour to Walmart, but because he said we had some time to kill before the thing, and so we ran into Walmart, whatever, which that was fun because I always need something, so that works well. But anyway, then we headed over to a really cool ice cream shop. And so they have every kind of ice cream imaginable, and milkshakes and whatever, and just like so many things. And I wanted to try to remember to tell you what I tried, but now I can't. But there was some kind of peach bourbon stuff that was really good, but I can't remember the other types. There was, I don't know. But they had tons that I had never heard of, so that was really cool. And so we did that. And then he took me to a drive-in movie, like the old style drive-ins, right? Which technically explained the nighttime, bring a jacket, outdoors, you know, all the things. He said it wouldn't be hot. He didn't think, and, you know, but I would like it, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so of course I felt bad for being such a butt, you know. And, but yeah, it was actually really nice because we've always wanted to do that. And he tried to take me one year. There's not many, you know, or at least in our area, not many left around. And so we found one years ago, and we tried to go, but it was full. And we just never ended up making it back. But he said he saw this place when he went hiking with his buddy, and over that way, and so I knew he wanted to take me and whatever then. And found the ice cream shop. He even stopped at the Japanese restaurant and picked up a menu and like everything, but you didn't show me that on the way, so I guess since I was like fussing. But so should I do this way maybe? Is that the way I had it? I think that looks better. So yeah, I had to eat a little bit of crow then. And the even more insane part was he, and I'd even told him, that was the weird part, like, I would rather just go to the movies, right? Because I kind of want to see Freaky Friday. And I'm just a movie person. I really like to go to the movies. And he's not so crazy about it, but he does go with me. And okay, I've got to get my little thingy. Hang on. This is not the one I'm looking for, but this will probably work. So let's put that down so we kind of get a feel for whatever. I don't quite know how I'm going to glue that down and not have it show, though. Didn't really think that part through, but that's okay. So anyway, it happened to be a horror movie, which of course is my flippin' favorite. And nobody, I know very few people like in my real life or whatever, YouTube, yes, but in real life that actually likes horror movies. And so he even had a horror flick for the drive-in, and it was actually really cool. We set up our chairs, and we took our camp, because he told me we needed our camp chairs, which again just screamed festival of some sort to me. And anyway, it wasn't. And he was just sitting there smirking the whole time because he knew, like, he'd done well. But anyway, so I apologized. I'm a big girl. I don't mind apologizing. But anyway, so that was where that story ended. For my buddy that says I never finish stories, which I mean to finish them. I just move on and then forget. But it was really nice. And it was a really cool film, too. I can't remember. It was called Weapons or something, which I thought, what kind of name is that for, like, a horror flick? And I thought, oh, God, it's some action, whatever. Like, even that I was, like, not impressed with. But, because the guy at the counter, we went to get popcorn and stuff, and, you know, he said it was a horror movie or whatever. And I just thought, yeah, like your version of scary and mine are two different things, but yeah, I'm sure with a name like that. And but it wasn't. It was really, really good. So we did have a lovely time. I have to suck it up and say. And he's been doing well lately. We just had our anniversary. We were just dating, but we still kind of celebrate our dating anniversary because we've been together so long. But we just went out to dinner. We didn't go far or anything, but and we normally don't do gifts and things for that. A little every once in a while, but nothing major, you know. But all the times, then I felt bad because I didn't really have him anything, and it was annoyed me, but I was happy, you know, too. But he showed up with a nice diamond necklace, and it had like 3 diamonds on it for kind of our past, present, and future. So I was like, man. But so that was nice. We used to always go somewhere big, like the beach or something, but now that I'm working and the dogs and my father and his cats and all that, it's a lot harder to really get away, and so we just tend to do something a little bit smaller now. But all right, I'm getting glue all over me, which usually means I'm close to done. Not in this case, because we still have a million little flowers. And actually, I think I'm using way too many flowers to make this, to make many cards. But I'm not even sure about this now. I'm almost thinking, I don't really like that, but I mean, it needs something. Maybe if I cut a bigger piece of vellum. That could almost work. But I feel like, is the white too much? Like, maybe I should do it in purple or yellow. I've got a couple cut out there, so let's try it. Let's just try it in yellow and see what it does. Excuse me. Well, I don't know. I've been surviving work though. It's going as well as to be expected, I guess. This is their second week now, so I'm sort of starting to get in the swing of the getting up early again, but not really. I did have the opportunity to work extra in the morning and get paid for it, which I probably should have done because that was the time I was going in last year early. But it let me stay home or sleep later another 40 minutes if I didn't. So, and there were other people that wanted to do it anyway, but my seniority probably could have bumped them. But I just decided to let them have it, and I will go a little bit later, which messes me up on the parking deal because I always used to get like a good place and now don't. But I feel like 40 minutes is worth it. And on that particular day, I was already tired and whatever, and I was like, it's just money, you can't take it with you. And sleep mattered more, but now I'm like, well, you big dummy, you need some money, so you probably should have done that. But I didn't, so it's over, and I think I'm happy about it. I don't know about that. Doesn't, maybe if I spray it with something here. Well, I've already used this for the background, so maybe I should use this one. Let's see what that does. It's a little busy. I don't know. I'm not quite sure I want to continue with that. I do like the back of the card, but I almost think I need... Well, what if I cut one of these that I've sprayed? I know I want it bigger than this. So, alright, let's try. I can sort of get it straight, I hope. Would that look better? My phone. Possibly, especially if I pop dotted this up a little bit. And I'm actually also going to shake this up Pure White by Altenew. And it gets really like, the black doesn't, but ooh, I'm getting it all over me. The white gets really like chunky or something, so you gotta be careful. I got a wound, look at that, ouch. I rammed it into one of the scrapbook drawers earlier, and oh, it's weird. It's like you're mortally wounded. I don't know why, one little like one little scrape on your hand and feel as much as like you broke your arm or something crazy. This is not really showing up that well. Make sure that this can blend with it. Wipe my pretty little mat off here. Oh yay, I do have some. Sweet. Okay. Don't know if it's gonna be enough, but we'll make it work. Make it work. It's the secret to life. Our school got hit by lightning. That was interesting. Right before we went back, and it fried the elevator, it fried some different lights, and I was scared to death it fried my new, I just gotten a colored printer, and also my desktop. I have a laptop and everything, but and they give us those all the time, but I hate the laptop, to be honest. I don't know why. Everybody else seems to love it. I do not like the thing, but I like my old desktop. It's because I'm old, I guess. And that's just, that's just the way I am. But, so I was scared that I left it plugged up because I felt like, well, we're not even gone that long. Like, I normally unplug everything every year, and then I would just plug it all back up, and, but I thought this year I don't think I'm going to. But apparently at the very last minute, I didn't remember, but I must have decided to go ahead and unplug it anyway. But thankfully I did, because we had this massive power surge, and okay, I'm liking this at least a little bit better. This could probably be a little touch smaller in my opinion, but we'll see. We're gonna add, I hate stuff on my fingers. We're gonna add some of these, so let's see if that makes a difference to anything. This is so long, I might should just do one. I was just telling Misty about pre-planning, but I thought I sort of had pre-planned because I'd colored up one of those. I tested out a flower, and I thought that was good enough, but maybe not. I thought I could sort of wing the rest and it would be fine. I cut everything out, but it's kind of like half pre-planned. But you definitely need to just do the sample ahead sometimes. At least if you want it to be less than an hour video. Alright, so do we want kind of, maybe not the big ones. Maybe just the small ones. I don't know. Well, while I've got y'all on here, let me ask you a question, a crafty question. I found through cleaning out my file cabinet, actually, it wasn't even my scrapbook room, a bunch of glossy cardstock, not cardstock, photo paper. And what are your favorite techniques? I know some people use it with alcohol ink, which I think I'm going to try. And it seems like I had before years ago, but maybe I just haven't seen it in forever, so I don't think I've used it in forever. A long time anyway. But let me know what your favorite techniques are. I remember saving a video. I'll have to go back through my stuff and see, of some lady that did some kind of technique with an embossing folder and glossy cardstock. And I remember wanting to try that, but I didn't, of course, because I planned to, right? The P word. I don't know about that. I'm not sure I'm loving it. I don't mind it. I'm not just, it's not like my favorite thing in the world. I think I'm going to go in with this, though, because I don't know if that gave me enough shine with the spritz. And since this looks a little darker, maybe it'll match those and blend a little bit better. I'll give it a second to dry before we judge here. What time am I on? Oh, well, 40 some minutes. Okay, so I do think I like that spray a little bit better. I don't know if you can tell that it made much of a difference, but it kind of did. I'm still not totally loving it, so I'm going to play around with it. I still don't know if I should use just white with something or not, but I think I'm going to end it there. And I was hoping I could show you guys multiple cards, but I think I'm going to have to cut some more stuff out anyway. I think I might have enough to do one more, possibly. And I'll keep playing around with it. But since it's so long, I'm going to end it here. And hope you guys are having a great weekend. And if you want to join us, please comment below and go to Misty's channel and let her know you're playing so we can officially give your channel a link. I would love to see your cards and for all of us to build up our stash, so when we need a card, it's, we can go to it and we're not like, oh my gosh, sympathy card or birthday card or whatever card and we don't have it. So this helps us from getting all frantic and running around like chickens with their head cuts off. Oh yeah, hang on, let me show you a picture real quick. Speaking of chickens, I gotta find it. Wait a second. I know I said I'm going, but this is probably like AI or something. Man, are they? Here they are. Look at that. There's chicken shoes. They're little high heel boots and they're chickens. I couldn't believe that the other day. I was like, I've got to, because I like to do a lot of chicken cards. So maybe I should get me some chicken boots. I'm sure they'd love that at work. All right, I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys later, and bye for now.